I'm just proud of how you handle life, and you don't let your disability get you down at all. Like you never hold a grudge against what caused your disability. You live like just like anyone else. Like
I mean, I think it wouldn't have gave me what it gave me, like you or just like the people around me. It wouldn't have gotten me those connections.
What did you wish for me when you were pregnant, and how is it different now?
When I was pregnant, you remember we told you the doctors called and we said, we're going to have a baby with Down syndrome. You remember? And I told you I was really scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was wishing that Down syndrome would not hurt you. And I was wishing that Down syndrome would not hurt our family because I was scared, right?
Yeah.
And then
Here I am.
here you are. And is it hurting you?
No.
Is it hurting me?
No.
Is it hurting Dad?
Never.
No, right?
Yep.
So I was afraid that it was going to hurt, but it doesn't even hurt us. Yeah?
What have you learned from me that changed you?
That was when you were diagnosed with autism, when you were 4. I learned that your brain and your personality and the way you do things is very different and unique, especially from me. But it taught me a lot about perspective and how I look at things and how I parent, and just things I need to be more patient with and cognizant of, so you help me with that.
This one is a Jamaican one.
Wow. That one's pretty easy.
When, who, one, make, flu,
Worry.
movie.
Worry. When do I make you worry? And when do you make me worry?
Yeah,
Do I ever make you worry?
a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
That's
How
all.
about today? Did I make you worry today?
Yeah,
Why? Because
it is.
we didn't know where we were going, right?
Yeah,
And it was cold.
that's what it is.
So were you worried when we were walking here?
Yeah,
Yeah. But is it okay now?
yeah,
Everything's okay? All right, when you make me worry is when you might be sick. And I get really nervous.
I think we have to be done soon.
When I get worried about you if you're sick. Like, remember when we had to go to the hospital and
Yeah.
we had to go to have that test?
It's clinical test, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
inside that machine.
It is funny.
You didn't like that, huh?
No.
No.
Oh. When was the last time you wished you could hear?
I'm trying to think. I know you're thinking about my dropping my keys today. I don't know. Maybe 5 minutes after arriving here, there's so much talking going on. I didn't understand what's going on. I gotta lip read everybody.
Yeah, but that's something that happened to you.
Then very often, I wish I could hear again. If I had never had any hearing, maybe I wouldn't care so much. But I already have the experience. So I'm already frustrated when I know that I can't be as active as I was before. That makes it difficult. It gets slammed in my face each time someone comes and says something. I can't lip read them. I don't understand what they're saying. I'm like, because I feel less than. I don't have that ability to have a full conversation. And then I have to work football hard just to match them.
Yeah. I think that's another thing that is different between you and other deaf people that I've talked to about. Remember I told you I talked about relationship, hearing deaf. And I just feel like people who deaf, it's a little bit different. Can be frustrating, but is a little bit like that's life. But for you, it's like you used to hear, you could be involved, but
like I would never ever ask to be hearing. Why would I ask to be something I've never been? But was I hard of hearing before? Yes, I missed that. Yeah. Maybe when I'm 60, maybe I won't care as much. Maybe.
Everyone around you will be hard of hearing.
True, true.
Not 60, maybe 65.
If this were to be our last conversation, what is something you'd never want me to forget?
If this were our last conversation, I think I would want you to never forget how much I love you, and how grateful I am for all the sacrifices that you've made when you were little and even now. I would never want you to forget that you've like literally saved my life like so many times. Even in like the last year when like my health has been so bad and I've like genuinely thought about killing myself, my relationship with you has always been like this really strong grounding force in my life, and you help me see the good when everything feels really dark, and you help me feel hopeful and believe that there's something better coming, and you help me stay curious about the future. And I would just want you to know how grateful I am, and that like I do recognize all of these things that you've done, and I appreciate them so much. And I've been trying to do better at like letting you know when you do things and like saying thank you, because I don't want you to forget.
Thank you.
What would you want me to know if this were our last conversation ever?
To not feel guilty about any sacrifices I've made, that I would do it all again and do even more if I could. That I wish your life could be different. I wish it could be better. It pains me every day to see you have to struggle through so much.
I wish that too. Like I wouldn't change the fact that I had an eating disorder, but I would change in a heartbeat having chronic illness. Yeah, I think like I often get stuck wondering what my life would look like. I mean, I'm still able to do a lot of things. I'm still in school, but like I can eat like 10 foods. My colon doesn't work. I can't go to the bathroom on my own. I feel like I want to crawl out of my skin every single day. I can't even touch things a lot of the time because of my mast cell disease. Like my life has become very, very small. Yeah, I wish it could be different too.
Where do you think my courage to do is coming from?
I think it's coming from the people around me. I think it always has been. It's been kind of my support network and, you know, those who have helped me throughout the way. But, you know, I think in the past 2 years since I've been part of Achilles and met all the people, including you, I've seen that people accomplish things even though they've had so many barriers, and they've pushed themselves despite all sorts of, you know, disabilities. And when you see other people doing that, it pushes you to say, if they can do it, I can do anything. And, you know, I was in a previous job that I didn't love and that I needed to move out of it. And, you know, I realized that life is too short and that you need to really kind of grab the bull by its horns and change yourself if you really want to be a better person. And, you know, I think having all the people around me who inspire me so much and seeing that they can do it despite a lot of disabilities has been very important and really helped me do, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
When do you feel closest to me?
I mean, for us, being close is different.
When you get out of your chair?
Yeah.
When I drop you on my lap and then I can't get you off?
When you throw me on the couch.
Yeah.
Like that one time you put me on the couch and I literally fell face.
Oh yeah, the couch must have been bouncy. It just at least
That
that was a
was funny
one-time
though.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, but that hurt. That really did hurt. But anyway, yeah. I mean, what I like for us, it's different because obviously the disability. So you have to. It's just the whole showering thing, the whole getting me dressed, putting me in and out of bed, and all that fun stuff. Obviously, it's closer for us because no one else really gets to have that.
No.
So it's just like
I don't know.
the whole disability makes us closer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, couples don't usually
no one
shower
showers
together.
with each other unless you're going really.
Scrub it on
Anyway,
good.
that's but yeah.
TMI, right?